Welcome to Shelters by Jesus podcast. So happy you're with us again. We're excited for you watching and listening and subscribing and hitting like. We really do appreciate it because that brings money into YouTube to help take care of the homeless. So if you're thinking, I'd like to help with the homeless, but I don't have any money, by subscribing and hitting like, you are supporting the homeless. Also, if you want to do more, you go to sheltersbyjesus.com, and for $9 a month, you'll be able to take one or a family, whatever, off the street. And we're excited about that. That's pretty good bang for your buck for $9. And you're going to, if you've been watching my podcast, you've been meeting all ages. We've had from a baby born January 1st, a family with 6 kids and the mom. We got another couple with 4, another couple with 5, mom with a single one. We got single individuals. We got married couples. We got everything, and you're getting to meet them. Right now, that's what I want to do. I'll introduce some more of our residents that are with us at this time, and you're going to get to hear their story. I don't even know their story, so I'm learning along with you. Also, I wrote 4 books, if you like those. They were written by the dumbhead from Skowhegan, me, and they're written in Hickanese, so don't expect John Grisham or Stephen King or anything like that, because you're not going to see that. I write like I talk, and I had no spiritual writings, but the books got miracles, they got battles, they got victories, they got everything in them. And they're all true stories. You'll even see some healings in them. They're unbelievable. So if you want them, give us your name and address on here. And the 2 prices are $10 are free. The other thing you can do, if you want, you can call the office, 207-474-8833. And just give them your name and address as well. And we're located at 12 McClellan Street in Skowhegan. That's 12 McClellan in Skowhegan. If you'd like a tour, call the office at 207-474-8833 and say, I'd like to meet everything. I'd like to see all of this crazy stuff. And maybe before you invest, you'd like to take a look at what you invested in. Or if you are invested, see where your money's going. Love to give you a tour, so give us a call. So now we're going to introduce you to a couple of residents. Like I say, I don't know their stories any more than you will start with, but we're going to get to know them and see what this place means to them. Prayerfully means something good, otherwise I'm going to feel foolish. But anyway, I'm going to have them introduce themselves, tell you who they are, and we'll start over here with...
I'm Chelsea.
You're Chelsea.
I am.
Okay, and you are?
Levi.
Levi. So we got Chelsea and Levi. They're not a couple. They're just a couple of my residents that I asked for volunteers to come and be on my podcast this morning, and they did. So I'm going to start with Chelsea. Chelsea, would you mind sharing what led you to be homeless and what led you to come here?
Oh, well, I had met my fiance and was engaged. I chose to sell my home and move in with him, and he passed away March 6th of 2021.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry about that.
It was a learning experience. I was extremely lucky to have him the 3 years I did. Basically, I just went into a hole of grief. I couldn't climb out, and was jumping through hoop after hoop, and then I was brought here. I was terrified. I didn't want it to be an option, and I thought I was going to have to watch my back at night sleeping. I didn't think I'd ever get sleep, and it ended up being completely different. Had I known how it is, then I would have come here sooner, because I have the supports I didn't have being alone. There's always somebody there, no matter what. And it's the amount of progress I've made since I've been here in January is more than I've made since he passed away in 2021. So.
I know I've seen changes, big changes in your attitude since you came. We won't go into that. We'll just say we've seen positive changes. I'll add positive.
Little attitude on day one.
But in all honesty, Chelsea, the fear you had of going to a homeless shelter, I think that's a common fear out there before people come here. Because we hear horror stories about some homeless shelters. I've never been a part of any shelter besides this. I've never even been in one besides here. So I don't know, but I hear some bad things can happen in some of the shelters. And you got to watch your back.
Yeah.
But you feel safe now that you're here, though.
Oh, absolutely. There's always somebody watching for you. If you're not paying attention, somebody else is. It's probably safer than when I've had my own homes, to be honest, because there's so many people.
That's a great thing to hear, though, and I'm sure people out there would like to hear that if they're thinking about supporting us, that they are supporting something different than the normal homeless shelter.
Yeah.
All right, Levi, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What led to homelessness, and how'd you wind up here, and how do you find it here? I mean, you help out here, so I know what you do around here. You do a lot around here, but I don't know what led to homelessness. I don't know why you came here.
Well, I got sick, lost my job, and then I wasn't able to pay rent. I was living out of my car. My car broke down, so that became
You was living out of your car?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And
What's
then,
that? I've never had to live out of my car. What? Seriously, what is that like to live in your car? I'm sure people out there don't know either what it would be like.
It's easier than trying to find an alley to sleep in, and it still at least keeps you warm. But nowadays you can't stay in any spot more than 24 hours before having to move to another location. So you can't just find a spot to perch.
No, because the police won't let you stay more than 24 hours. Is that why? Or?
Yeah, on any kind of property. So
Okay, so
it's against the law.
Really? Okay. You know what? I didn't know that either. So, so if you're going, I've heard of couch surfing, house to house, but you did car surfing, kind of from
Parking lot to parking lot.
parking lot to parking lot.
Yes, sir.
So, wow. Is that kind of scary being alone in a car at night? Even being, I mean, you're not a gal, but even a guy.
Well, yeah, you never know who's watching the vehicle or what,
Yeah.
If somebody's going to try to raid it while you're still in there or what, You're sitting in some pretty dark alleys, and people like to find an easy way to get money.
Yes, they do.
So,
how did you hear about Shelters by Jesus, Levi?
some local friends.
Some friends
Yeah,
in the area
Yeah.
that knew about us? Were any of them former residents?
I do not know. I don't
Okay.
think so.
They
I know
didn't-
I've heard bad stuff about this place, but then after I came here, I found out it's because they don't like to follow the rules. So they complained, and then when they get kicked out, they're like, "Oh, it's so horrible."
And you've seen, there are times people are asked to leave because there is a contract. You both signed it when you came. In all honesty, I don't think there's anything on that contract that's asking majorly of you. Do you guys? Do you feel super restricted by the contract?
No.
That it's asking you to do something unreasonable?
No.
So if somebody says, I'm not going to follow the contract, and they leave, then they run us down. It's like, it still isn't a bad place just because they didn't want to follow the rules, right?
Well, you guys only asked to make sure we're here for morning prayer.
Yep.
To do our chore.
Yep.
And then be here for Bible study.
That's pretty
and
tough,
be
ain't
at
it?
bed at 11. That's 11. 11. That's still pretty late.
Most people that have a job are in bed by 9. I mean, they love it if you said, you got to go to bed. Where they go, thank you. Now, the other thing is, and because I love your hat, because I'm a veteran too, but you did serve, according to that, you're an Iraqi war vet.
Yes, sir.
So now, do you have any, like PTSD stuff from that? Do you have any problems from the war?
I have a few.
You have a few.
Like,
Okay.
I have a tendency of being a little overbearing when it comes to rules.
Okay. Follow. Oh, you mean
almost like by
you
default.
follow? It's like in the service. There's a rule. They say do it. I remember what that was like. I used to think that sucked, man. It was like I didn't like following the rules. I did. I never got in trouble. I got honorably discharged, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. The Navy honorably discharged me. But I followed the rules, but there was some of the rules I thought were stupid, and but they didn't care what I thought, so I just had to follow them. I mean, they had me in boot camp. I guarded a dumpster in a thunderstorm. I stood guard over a dumpster. But I'm going to tell you what. Nobody stole my trash. You know what I'm saying? But when I got done guarding, I thought, that was the dumbest night that I've ever put in. Now, we don't have those kind of rules here, right, guys? You don't have to guard my dumpster here or anything like that. So, anyway, so how have you found it for you, Levi? How's this place been for you?
It keeps me busy. There's always something that you can actually do here to kind of keep yourself from. It helps you keep. It helps keep you out of your own head.
I've heard that from a lot of people in here that the busyness has been good for them. It's a good busy, right? And I appreciate the work you do around here too, because you do help out a lot around here. You both do. I know Chelsea does a lot of stuff too. We appreciate you guys, having the attitude that you can help. So anyway, do you guys have something lined up down the road where you're looking for a place? You're looking to get your own place? What kind of goals do you guys have right now?
I'm looking for places now. I've actually got a call on a few today.
Okay.
I'd spoken to my old landlord, so I was just waiting for something to come up that would fit me and my family. So.
Okay. You say you and your family, so there's more than you?
There is. I have 4 boys. 3.
Okay, I didn't even know you had any children.
I do. I have 4. 3 have
See what
special
you're learning?
needs.
You're learning. I'm learning along with you, and I'm throwing out questions, but I don't. It's not because I know the answers.
Yeah.
So you need more than a 1-bedroom apartment.
Then
You got 4 children.
that's been the only difficult part. My voucher is for a 3-bedroom, so I'm trying. It's hard to find the 3-bedroom.
Yeah. And how much is your voucher for?
$13.23.
To find a 3-bedroom for $13.23 is very difficult.
Yes.
Because one of the Caitlins just looked at one for her family is $1,900.
Yes.
And I go, wow. So that is another problem getting a place, is the cost of the rentals out there is off the charts. So you're going to have a struggle to find something to fit the voucher.
Right.
And if you have a voucher, you have to stay within that voucher. You can't add to the voucher either, right?
You can. I think it all depends on just your income, but I found an apartment that is $70 over my voucher.
Now, are you allowed to make up the 70 on your own?
Yeah.
You are. Some people told me with their vouchers, they can't add to it.
I think it depends on the voucher too, and I have other vouchers through other areas. I can make up the difference.
Okay, so it can come together. So all right. Well, that's cool. So Levi, what kind of goals do you have going forward? What are you looking to do?
Looking at getting housing, and then after I know where that avenue is going to go, then probably get back in the workforce.
Okay.
It does make a difference having a job.
No.
It's the productive.
Now, what kind of work do you look to do? What is it you want to do, Levi?
I prefer hard labor, but again, my health doesn't really allow that nowadays.
Okay.
So I kind of have to look for something new.
All right. So
I have to
if somebody out there,
rediscover what I
if you guys are looking for employees, I can vouch for Levi. All right, he's a good worker, but obviously you're not going to be able to throw a 4-foot pole with a birch hook because of your health. So you're looking more I don't know, flipping burgers, or I mean that's not exactly, but I mean something that's no more strenuous than that physically.
Yeah.
So you look at something you can do without real hard labor, because I do know you struggle with your health. So, but you want to work anyway. All right.
I can't be idle.
I know you're busy here all the time. I didn't know, because I don't know anybody's limitations. So now, do you have a voucher?
No.
You don't have one yet.
I might have to wait a little while because the VA does vouchers in some kinds.
Yes, they do. VA.
They're, because of COVID, and they're just now starting to get more people to come back to the office, so they're a little backed up on vouchers.
Okay, so you're going to be working through the VA to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. They've helped a lot of people. The VA does. They do a lot of stuff. We tied in with them, so a lot. They send people here and the whole 9 yards. So, well, I just want to tell you guys, you both been good residents, and we appreciate that. And I hope that as you're watching this, guys, you understand they're just everyday people. All right. Again, I know you hear a lot, but it just drives me nuts when they call them those kind of people. They're just people. Just like our kids here are not those kind of people. They're just kids and all of that. So, yeah, thank you. So, if somebody were to ask you guys, and it'd be a fair question. Is this place worth me investing money into?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if somebody says, I think I can do $9, but I'm trying to figure out where to put it, you would say you'd recommend $9 here would be a good investment?
After I get a job, I'll be helping out here too. I'll be throwing some money in myself.
Well, we appreciate that. It's just, we've appreciated you being a good resident and a helper. I mean, you guys, I see you guys working around here and helping, and we appreciate that very much. So anyway, you get to meet some more of our residents. Come for a tour. Get to meet them in person. Sit down and talk with them. They probably just, the jitters are wearing off from being in front of the camera right now because they get a little nervous. They're not a big mouth like I am. So anyway, we'd love to have you come for a tour. And if you're thinking about supporting us, please go to sheltersbyjesus.com. And it says you can automatically give $9 through there, or you can be able to check to us if you want to do that in the amount of $9 or whatever, times 9 or whatever you do. A lot of them do that. Just send it to Shelters by Jesus, 12 McClellan Street, Skowhegan, Maine, 04976. 12 McClellan Street, Skowhegan, Maine, 04976. And thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't subscribed, hit it. If you haven't hit like, hit it. And the other thing you can do is share this on your Facebook pages and get your friends and your relatives to watch it too. Because the more that are watching it, the more that YouTube will pay us, because there's more ads going on, more people come on. So just want you to know we appreciate you. Keep watching our podcast. We'll keep bringing residents and staff, and we're going to other places, show other messages. If you'd like to have me come speak at your church or organization, call the office. Let us know. We'll set something up. If you have a ministry out there that nobody hears of, you go, wow, I wish people do what we're doing. We're doing stuff too. Let us know. We have podcasts. We'll travel. We'll come to you. We'd love the show. We'd love to put light on what's going on with people helping people. So in the meantime, y'all come back now here.